8 brainwashing hits. Number 8. Politics. How can you tell if a politician is lying? Easy, when you see him moving his lips. Everyone knows it, so despite its ubiquity, it's still number 8. The National Socialist German Labour Party, also known as Nazi, became famous and won the elections thanks to Adolf Hitler and his closest companion Dr. Joseph Goebbels. They had used the techniques of persuasion, propaganda, intimidation, and brainwashing, programming millions of people to act violent against other nations. Against, but in fact together with Joseph Stalin, they have started the World War II, harvesting around 100 million deaths of humans. And if you think that nowadays politics is any different, look around Middle East, Africa, and even Europe. People are still voting, fighting, and dying, just on a smaller scale. Number 7 is occupied by pedophiles and kidnappers of all kinds, including sex slave traders who always start their job with the talk. In their conversation, they use a specific persuasive code that immediately converts a listener into the obedient, non-critical follower. Usually they start with something positive, but if it doesn't work, they use fear. The force is rarely used and only after the victim is not visible for the people around. Aside children getting killed for the organs or taken hostages for ransom, the sex slavery girls are kept on the streets purely with the power of word. Speaking of girls, we come to the number 6 of our hit parade honoring the power of pickup. Women love with their ears, says the old wise proverb, and it's totally true, at least in the beginning. All men know this, and some of the professional pickuppers use this feature to ensure that they get laid with a new woman every day. Haven't you seen those selling banners on the web and emails offering men to learn certain verbal codes to become irresistibly attractive to women, or vice versa? Something like only 5 words that will bind any man to you for the rest of his life. Well, truth is, it really does work, and none of the victims seem to differentiate the real fall for them from a professional brainwashing. And since we're already on the streets, let's get down to our number 5, the street hypnosis. Any basic pocket theft is performed with distraction of the victim's attention. The professional handicappers, and believe me, most of them are professionals, appear, look, act, and most of all speak, using the special keywords that make you feel better if you give them your money than if you don't. The unbeaten kings of street scam are gypsies who mostly live in Eastern Europe. Not only they're capable of making you pull out and open your wallet giving them all your money, but also they can persuade you to leave your child with them, go home, take all the cash and jewelry, come back and grant it to them. The brainwashing hit number 4 is advertising. I'm telling you folks, there is no more evident brainwashing than an ad. It's been out forever in print and on the radio, then TV, and now on internet. Any 30-second commercial that you see takes several months to be prepared. Forget the award-winning Cannes Lions that show creativity and taste because they constitute only 1 to 10% of the ad air you get. Look at the regular selling bullshit. The ideas are classic, so no one actually thinks of them. A copywriter works on the text that teaches you the importance of their message just by emotional repetitive triggering. The more media weights they can buy, the more stuff they can sell. But can they sell God? The number 3 of our brainwashing chart definitely belongs to the religious sects. Using the people's distorted psychological needs, they provide a soul asylum in exchange of your time, attention, and money. Everyone still remembers the Moonies of Unification Church, Osho's ashrams, and People's Temple from the 70s, as well as the more recent Aum Shinrikyo and Heaven's Gate. It usually starts as something extremely positive or frankly negative to ensure that people degrade to their childish or beastie state of mind. Then, they used all possible brainwashing techniques to ensure that you join, stay, participate, and recruit new members. For most of the followers, such lifestyle results in psychotic disorders, less often suicides, and even mass murder. That's why they're not as big as our number 2. Religions. Now, I know that a lot of people will hate it, but any religion is just another sect, only an established mainstream one. While new sects are trying to bite out some votes from the majority in the spiritual parliament, The well-established religions like Christian Catholics and Orthodox, Muslims, Jews, Hindus, and even Buddhists are enjoying the Old One victory. Just like the sects, they all have charismatic leaders, weird mumblings and physical actions, big beautiful buildings, special signs, and an appraisal punishment doctrine that keeps you within the frames. The only difference between them and the sects is that they don't have to recruit the new members. This job is done by their current members to their old children. Which brings us to the number 1. School and Army. We've started with politics and finished the cycle of mind control, brainwashing, and manipulation by unveiling the core tools of any government. Why do children have to go to schools? Because their parents are busy all day earning some cash just to survive and stay afloat. What are children taught in schools? The best educational systems, like European and American, provide useful knowledge and skills, well mixed with some patriotic bullshit that will ensure that they become good workers, fertile parents, and brave soldiers. And that's totally it for the rest of the schools in the world. The armies exist to keep the social pyramid serving its top, no matter if the top got there by democratic elections or a military revolution. But voters are told that the army is there to protect them from the external enemies, and the police protects us from the internal enemies. Enemies everywhere. Sounds familiar? Right you are. That's brainwashing. Vote for your favorite brainwashing application, share bright cases, and generally comment and express your thoughts. I hope this crap will be filtered out from our ears by some cool technology soon. Otherwise, we're doomed to live and die through the same dirty tricks for another 2000 years. Thanks for watching.